Welcome to the final section of the course. We've covered a lot. Understanding what AI is, seeing it as opportunity rather than threat, questions that you can ask to better make decisions with AI, and leading people through change, building ethical, responsible AI practices. This final section focuses on you developing the personal practices, mindset, and ongoing learning that enables you to remain effective as a leader throughout AI's continuous evolution. The knowledge you've gained in this course provides your foundation, but AI is not static. It's one of the fastest evolving fields in technology and business. As futurist Alvin Toffler observed, the illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. This is particularly true for AI leadership, where the landscape shifts continuously. New AI capabilities emerge regularly. Applications expand into new domains, best practices evolve based on real-world experience, ethical considerations shift as society grapples with AI's implications. What you know today positions you well for today's decisions, but sustained leadership effectiveness requires continuous learning as AI continues to develop. This isn't about becoming a technical expert or keeping up with every AI advancement. It's about maintaining the strategic understanding and adaptive capacity that enable you to lead confidently through ongoing change. AI is evolving faster than most technologies in business history. Capabilities that seemed futuristic just a few years ago are now routine. Tools that didn't exist when you started this course may have launched while you've been taking it. Applications that work well in one industry are being adapted to others rapidly. This pace creates a challenge. Knowledge becomes dated quickly. A leader who learned about AI 5 years ago and hasn't stayed current is operating with outdated understanding. But this pace also creates opportunity. Leaders who commit to ongoing learning maintain advantages over those who assume their current knowledge is sufficient. Lifelong AI literacy doesn't mean you need to become an AI researcher or follow every technical development. It means maintaining several key capabilities, such as understanding fundamentals deeply, the core concepts you've learned, algorithms, automation, augmented decision-making, decision intelligence remain relevant even as specific technologies evolve. Deep understanding of these fundamentals helps you quickly grasp new AI applications because you recognize the underlying patterns. Staying informed about capabilities. You need awareness of what AI can and cannot do currently and how those capabilities are evolving. This doesn't require following every research paper or product launch. It means paying attention to major capability shifts that change what's strategically possible, recognizing business implications. As AI capabilities evolve, so do business implications. New capabilities create new opportunities and new competitive dynamics. Lifelong learning means continually asking, how does this development affect our strategic options? What does this mean for our industry? Evolving ethical frameworks. Ethical considerations around AI shift as capabilities expand and society learns from experience with deployed systems. Ongoing learning includes updating your ethical frameworks based on emerging best practices and lessons from AI deployments. Learning from experience. Your organization's experience with AI, successes and failures, provides valuable learning that no course can offer. Lifelong learning means systematically extracting insights from your own AI initiatives and using them to improve future decisions. Building a learning practice. How do you maintain AI literacy amid everything else competing for your attention? As author and leadership expert Stephen Covey noted in The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, we must sharpen the saw. Continuously renewing our capabilities is not a luxury, but a necessity for sustained effectiveness. Maintain a regular information diet. Rather than sporadic deep dives, establish consistent habits for staying informed. This might mean reading one AI-focused business publication weekly, following a few thoughtful voices on AI and business strategy, attending quarterly briefings from your technical teams about AI developments, participating in peer networks where leaders discuss AI experiences. Consistency matters more than volume. 30 minutes weekly beats a full day annually for maintaining current understanding. Filter for strategic relevance. You cannot follow everything happening in AI. The field is too broad and moves too fast. Focus your attention on developments relevant to your industry, competitive landscape, and strategic priorities. If you lead marketing, pay closer attention to generative AI for content and customer engagement than to AI in medical diagnoses. If you're in financial services, prioritize AI in fraud detection and risk assessment. Strategic filtering lets you go deeper on what matters rather than staying superficial on everything. Connect new information to fundamentals. When you encounter new AI developments, connect them back to core concepts you understand. A new AI tool for customer service? That's automation with natural language processing, building on concepts you know. A breakthrough in image generation? That's generative AI, a category you understand with new capabilities. Linking new information to existing frameworks helps you integrate it rather than feeling overwhelmed by disconnected facts. Learn through questions. Don't need to understand every technical detail. You need to ask informed questions that surface what matters for strategic decisions. When technical teams present new AI capabilities, your questions might include, what problems does this solve that we couldn't solve before? What data does this require, and do we have it? How does this compare to alternatives in terms of cost, risk, and benefit? What could go wrong, and how would we know? Who else is using this successfully, and what can we learn from them? These questions, grounded in your fundamental understanding, help you extract strategic insights without needing technical depth. Peer learning. Other leaders in your industry and beyond are navigating the same AI challenges. Their experience provides valuable learning. Join or create peer networks where leaders share what's working, what's failing, and what they're learning about AI strategy and implementation. Peer learning surfaces practical insights that formal education and media coverage often miss. There are some specific examples and ways to find peer learning opportunities for AI leadership. A few professional organizations and networks include the Chief AI Officer Exchange. It's an executive peer network specifically for AI leaders. There is the AI Leadership Forum. It is cross-industry executive networking focused on AI strategy. There are the Gartner Executive Programs, peer networks for CIOs and technology leaders. There's the MIT Sloan CIO Symposium, an annual gathering with year-round peer connections, and World Economic Forum AI Councils, industry-specific AI leadership groups. There's the Harvard Business Review Advisory Council, peer discussions on emerging tech leadership. Some industry-specific groups, Financial Services Information Sharing and Analysis Center, that's FS-ISAC. In healthcare, HIMSS, Healthcare Information and Management Systems Society. In retail, there is NRF, the National Retail Federation Technology Councils, and manufacturing, Smart Manufacturing Leadership Coalition. You can find and create peer networks through LinkedIn groups. Search for AI leadership, AI strategy, or your industry plus AI to find active professional groups where leaders discuss real implementation challenges. There are local executive roundtables. Many cities have CIO forums, technology executive roundtables, or innovation councils. Contact your local Chamber of Commerce or Technology Association. There are conference-based networks. Attend conferences like the Gartner IT Symposium, MIT Technology Reviews MTech, or industry-specific AI summits. The conversations between sessions often provide more value than formal presentations. There is the creating your own option. You could reach out to 5 to 8 leaders in non-competing organizations facing similar AI challenges. Propose quarterly virtual or in-person meetings to share experiences, challenges, and learnings. Executive education alumni. If you've attended executive programs at business schools Leverage those alumni networks for AI-focused peer discussions and vendor-neutral forums. Join or create groups explicitly focused on sharing experiences rather than product discussions, where members commit to honest dialogue about what's working and what isn't. Peer learning surfaces practical insights that formal education and media coverage often miss. Consider areas to monitor continuously. Several domains deserve ongoing attention as AI evolves. Capability boundaries. What can AI systems do now that they couldn't do before? Where do significant limitations remain? These boundaries shift constantly and affect what's strategically viable. Pay attention to major capability expansions, new types of problems AI can solve, new domains where AI becomes practical, significant improvements in reliability or cost effectiveness, and competitive adoption. How are competitors and leaders in other industries using AI? What advantages are they gaining? You don't need to copy every AI initiative you see, but you should understand what's possible and what's driving competitive advantage elsewhere. This helps you identify opportunities you might be missing and threats you need to address. Ethical and social considerations. How is society responding to AI deployments? What concerns are emerging? What practices are being recognized as problematic? Ethical best practices evolve based on real-world experience. Stay current on emerging consensus about responsible AI use. Regulatory developments. While this course doesn't focus on regulation, changes in legal requirements for AI affect what's permissible and required. Monitor regulatory developments in your industry and jurisdictions, not to become a legal expert, but to understand how compliance requirements may be shifting. Talent and skills. What AI-related skills are becoming essential? How are roles and responsibilities evolving in organizations using AI effectively? Currently today, as far as AI-related skills that are becoming critical across different roles. For business leaders, non-technical skills start with AI literacy and strategic thinking, understanding AI capabilities and limitations, the ability to evaluate AI use cases and ROI, translating between technical teams and business stakeholders, and strategic prioritization of AI initiatives, and data fluency, understanding data quality requirements, knowing what data is needed for different AI applications, basic understanding of data privacy and governance, ability to ask the right questions about data readiness, and change management and communication, communicating AI strategy clearly to diverse audiences, managing organizational resistance to AI adoption, building psychological safety around AI experimentation, and storytelling about AI benefits without hype, and ethical decision-making, identifying bias and fairness issues, making trade-off decisions between efficiency and ethics, building accountability structures, and understanding regulatory landscape basics. AI skills that are becoming imperative for technical teams are prompt engineering, crafting effective prompts for generative AI tools, understanding how to get the best results from AI systems, optimizing AI interaction for specific use cases. AI integration skills include connecting AI tools to existing systems, API management and integration, understanding when to build versus buy AI solutions. For machine learning operations, deploying and maintaining AI systems in production, monitoring AI performance over time, and managing model updates and versioning. Across various teams, cross-functional skills that are becoming increasingly important include product management for AI, designing AI-enhanced products and features, understanding user experience with AI systems, A/B testing and experimentation with AI features, and traditional roles are evolving into AI augmented roles. Marketing, using generative AI for content, personalization engines. For sales, leveraging predictive AI for lead scoring and AI-assisted research. Customer service, managing AI chatbots, escalation protocols. HR, using AI for candidate screening and employee analytics. And finance, applying AI for forecasting, fraud detection, and automation. Also, critical evaluation skills are important. Assessing vendor AI claims versus reality, understanding what questions to ask about AI proposals, recognizing when AI is appropriate versus overkill, and cost benefit analyses for AI investments. Some emerging and future critical skills are AI governance and compliance, understanding emerging AI regulations like the EU AI Act and so on, building compliance frameworks, and risk assessment for AI systems. Also, human AI collaboration, knowing when to trust AI recommendations versus human judgment, designing workflows that optimize human AI interaction, understanding cognitive biases in working with AI, and a continuous learning mindset, staying current with rapid AI evolution, experimental mindset, and comfort with uncertainty, and adaptability as tools and capabilities change. These talents and skills affect hiring, team development, and organizational design decisions that will be faced. For tools and platforms, what AI tools and platforms are becoming standard infrastructure? Which are gaining traction versus falling out of favor? At the current time, generative AI platforms are becoming standard infrastructure. These include things like ChatGPT, OpenAI API. Enterprise adoption is skyrocketing for content analysis and coding assistance. Another generative AI platform is Microsoft Copilot, integrating across Microsoft 365 Suite with Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Teams. Also, Google Gemini has an integration into Google Workspace that's gaining traction. And Anthropic Claude is another example of the generative AI platforms that has growing enterprise adoption for complex reasoning tasks. And now GitHub Copilot is a near standard for software development teams. For customer service and communication, generative AI platforms like Intercom, Drift, and Zendesk AI are AI chatbots that are becoming expected, not exceptional. Salesforce Einstein is another example as a CRM integrated AI for sales and service, and the conversational AI platforms like Dialogflow and Amazon Lex for backend infrastructure. And for data and analytics, there is Databricks, unified data, and AI platform gaining massive enterprise adoption. Snowflake with AI features is data warehousing with integrated machine learning capabilities. Tableau with Einstein Analytics is an AI augmented business intelligence. And Power BI with AI visuals, Microsoft's Analytics with AI integration. For development and operation, MLflow is an open source machine learning lifecycle management that is starting to become standard. Weights and biases, machine learning experiment tracking, and Hugging Face, repository and deployment platform for AI models. Some of these enterprise AI platforms are gaining strong traction, such as Google Vertex AI, which is a unified machine learning platform. Amazon SageMaker is an end-to-end machine learning platform. Azure Machine Learning is Microsoft's comprehensive machine learning service. Also gaining strong traction in the field of workflow automation is Zapier with AI, connecting apps with intelligent automation, and Make, which was formerly known as Integromat, for a visual automation platform, and UiPath with AI, which is robotic process automation enhanced with AI. Also gaining strong traction in document processing, DocuSign with AI, intelligent document workflows, Adobe Acrobat with AI features, document intelligence, and AWS TextTrack, Google Document AI for extracting data from documents. Some specialized tools that are gaining ground currently here in October, at the end of October 2025, Midjourney, DALL-E, Stable Diffusion, image generation through legal copyright issues emerging, 11 Labs and Descript, voice synthesis and audio editing, Jasper and Copy.ai, marketing content generation, and Notion AI and Craft are knowledge management with AI assistance. It's also important to know what's losing favor or consolidating, what kind of tools we don't know how long they will be in business. There are standalone chatbot builders. Many single-purpose chatbot platforms are being replaced by integrated solutions. This is because organizations prefer AI embedded in existing tools like Salesforce or Zendesk over standalone products. There are the first generation RPA tools without AI. These are quickly going downhill. These are pure rule-based automation being outpaced by AI-enhanced automation because AI-powered automation handles more complexity and exceptions. Also losing favor or consolidating, we have generic AI wrappers. Many AI-powered tools that are just thin wrappers around OpenAI API because organizations realize they can access underlying models directly or through more comprehensive platforms. And consumer AI tools in enterprise, free versions of ChatGPT and Claude for sensitive business use are going downhill because of security, compliance, and data privacy concerns driving enterprise-specific solutions. Some that are overhyped but under-delivering. Some AI-powered CRM enhancements that provide minimal value. Autonomous AI agents, still mostly aspirational rather than production-ready. And full AI replacements for complex knowledge work. Some key trends are shaping the landscape, like platform consolidation. Organizations prefer integrated AI within existing platforms like Microsoft, Google, and Salesforce over point solutions. There is open source momentum. Llama 3, Mistral, and other open source models are gaining enterprise adoption. Organizations building on open models for control and cost, but still significant expertise being needed. Vertical specific AI, industry specific AI tools, healthcare, legal, financial services are gaining traction over generic solutions. Multimodal AI, tools that handle text, images, voice, and video together are becoming more standard, like GPT-4 Vision and Gemini. For the AI infrastructure layer, vector databases, Pinecone, Weaviate, and Chroma are considered essential for RAG, retrieval augmented generation, LLM orchestration like LangChain and Llama Index, building complex AI applications, and prompt management platforms, version control, and testing for prompts. Now, you don't need expertise in every tool or most tools. Simply awareness of what's available helps you evaluate proposals and understand what's realistic. Leaders should watch what's gaining investment and attention, like currently AI coding assistants beyond Copilot, Cursor, Replit, and Cody, for example. AI for meetings, like Otter AI, Fireflies, and Microsoft Teams AI, for example. AI search and knowledge bases like Glean and Perplexity for enterprise. AI-powered analytics like ThoughtSpot and Tableau AI. You might ask your team these questions. Which AI tools are we paying for that no one uses? Where are teams using shadow AI tools that we should formalize or restrict? What AI capabilities do we need that we're building versus buying? And how are we managing AI tool sprawl and costs? Red flags to watch out for are tools promising AGI or autonomous agents that replace all workers, vendors with no clear expectation of how their AI works, solutions that can't explain their data handling and privacy practices, and AI features that seem added just for marketing purposes. Now, some of your most valuable learning comes from your own AI initiatives. You want to conduct postmortems. After AI deployments, both successes and failures, conduct systematic reviews. What worked as expected? What surprised us? What would we do differently next time? What did we learn about our data, processes, or capabilities? How did stakeholders respond differently than we anticipated? These insights inform future decisions better than abstract best practices. And track metrics over time. Monitor how AI systems perform not just at launch, but over time. Is accuracy improving, declining, or stable? Are bias metrics changing as populations or contexts shift? How is employee or customer sentiment evolving? What operational challenges emerged post-deployment? Longitudinal data reveals patterns that initial testing misses. Capture lessons systematically. Don't let hard-won insights remain in individual memories. Document, and share learnings across your organization. This might include lessons learned databases, regular knowledge sharing sessions, or case studies of significant initiatives. Systematic capture ensures organizational learning, not just individual experience. Create feedback loops. Establish ways for people using or affected by AI systems to provide ongoing feedback. Frontline employees using AI tools and customers interacting with AI systems notice things designers and executives miss. Their feedback provides valuable learning. With sustained attention to AI developments and your organization's experience, you develop something valuable: informed intuition about AI strategy. Informed intuition isn't just gut feeling, it's pattern recognition built from deep understanding and accumulated experience. As best-selling author Malcolm Gladwell explores in Blink, expert intuition comes from thousands of hours of experience that enable rapid, accurate judgments. You start recognizing when AI proposals are likely to succeed or face challenges. You develop a sense for where AI will add genuine value versus where it's solution looking for problem. You can anticipate stakeholder concerns and implementation obstacles. This intuition enables faster, better strategic decisions about AI opportunities and risks, but it only develops through continuous learning and reflection, not from static knowledge. You have many demands on your time, so you have to balance learning with your leadership responsibilities. Integrate learning into existing activities. Rather than adding separate learning time, integrate AI learning into what you already do. Include AI developments in regular competitive intelligence reviews. Add AI implications to strategic planning discussions. Team meetings to share learnings from AI initiatives. Frame existing conferences and reading as opportunities to stay current on AI. Integration makes learning sustainable rather than an additional burden. Leverage your team. You don't need to personally follow every development. Your technical teams are closer to AI capabilities and implementation details. Establish regular briefings where they update you on significant developments and implications for your strategic priorities. This leverages their depth while maintaining your strategic oversight. Focus on decision-relevant learning. Prioritize learning that affects decisions you face over interesting but not actionable information. If you're evaluating customer service AI, go deeper on that. If you're not currently considering supply chain AI, staying at high-level awareness is sufficient. Decision relevance helps you allocate limited learning time where it matters most. Make learning social. Learning is more efficient and enjoyable when it's social rather than solitary. Discuss AI developments with peers. Share interesting articles with your team. Attend events where you can learn from and with others. Social learning provides motivation, diverse perspectives, and accountability that makes sustained learning more likely. Sustaining learning over time requires certain mental approaches. Let's talk about a few factors of the mindset for lifelong learning. There is intellectual humility. Accept that you won't know everything about AI and that your current understanding will need updating. As renowned physicist Albert Einstein once said, "The more I learn, the more I realize how much I don't know." Leaders who assume they already know enough stop learning and fall behind. And curiosity. Approach new AI developments with curiosity rather than judgment or dismissal, such as saying, "That's interesting. What makes that possible?" Saying that's just hype as a learning stance. Have comfort with ambiguity. AI's rapid evolution means you'll often operate with incomplete understanding and uncertain implications. Comfort with this ambiguity, making good decisions despite imperfect information, is essential for AI leadership and growth orientation. View AI literacy as capability you're developing, not knowledge you need to have already acquired. Stanford psychologist Carol Dweck's groundbreaking research on growth mindset shows that people who believe their abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work achieve more than those who view talents as fixed traits. This growth orientation makes ongoing learning feel natural rather than remedial. There are common pitfalls for maintaining AI literacy. Several patterns can undermine your sustained learning. Number one, information overload. Trying to follow everything leads to overwhelm and eventually disengagement. Selective attention. Going deeper on what matters strategically prevents overload while maintaining relevance. Number two, hype cycles. The AI field experiences intense hype cycles where certain capabilities or applications get overstated before reality emerges. Maintain healthy skepticism. Look for real world evidence of value, not just exciting demos or bold claims. And technical rabbit holes is our third one. It's easy to get drawn into technical details that don't affect your strategic decisions. Notice when you're going too deep technically and redirect toward business implications. Fourth is passive consumption. Reading about AI without applying insights to your context provides limited value. You need to use active learning, considering what does this mean for us and how would we use this? This can help you build useful understanding. Next, we have learning without action. Continuous learning only matters if it informs better decisions and actions. Regularly ask, what am I learning that should change what we're doing? Now, your learning matters, but organizational capability matters even more. As MIT professor Peter Senge argues in The Fifth Discipline, the organizations that will truly excel in the future will be organizations that discover how to tap people's commitment and capacity to learn at all levels. Help others in your organization develop AI literacy. Share interesting developments you encounter. Encourage team members to attend AI-focused learning. Create forums for sharing lessons from AI initiatives. Make strategic conversations about AI a regular part of planning. Support people who want to deepen their AI understanding. Organizational AI literacy, widely distributed understanding, creates more resilient capability than your individual expertise alone. Lifelong AI literacy is not about perfect knowledge. It's about commitment to continuous learning and improvement. The fundamentals you've learned in this course provide your foundation. Your ongoing learning keeps that foundation current and relevant as AI continues to evolve. In the next lesson, we'll explore cultivating curiosity as a leadership habit, the specific practices that maintain your motivation and capability for continuous learning about AI and other evolving domains. We'll develop the curiosity practices that make sustained learning natural rather than forced.